smartData has been working in WPF technology from last 8 years. In this period, smartData has developed a number of enterprise level applications. Here I am going to demonstrate the architecture of one of our recently developed WPF application. This application has mainly divided into presentation, service, business logic and data access layer. In presentation layer, we have followed MVVM pattern. There is view model, and this is the proxy layer for service, and then we have the service layer. Service layer has been developed using WCF, and the services are RESTful. The service layer will then access the business logic layer, and which will then access the data access layer. Data access layer has been developed with entity framework, and repository and unit of work pattern has been followed in data access layer. Now I am going to demonstrate the flow of information from UI layer to the data access layer. So let's start with the presentation layer. Here we have the view. I will take the example of one of our view, that is maintain state view. In this view, state information has been displayed, and then that information has been can be modified and passed to the service layer, and then using data access layer will be saved in the database. So here we have defined the XAML for the view. This view has been inherited from multiple instance view class, which means that multiple instance of this view can be created. And then here we have defined the resources for this particular view, and under this we have defined the layout of the view. So here you can see you can see the grid. This grid will have the different fields related to state, like state code, state description, and the associated country. This state code text box has been binded with the object of view model, that is current object, and the properties is state code. And in the same way, the state description has been binded with the text box description with two-way binding. And then we have the countries combo box, and in this combo box we have added an event, that is got focus, and as the focus will be in this combo box, fill countries command will be fired in the view model, which will get the countries information from the database and populate the combo box. After then we have a user control, that is common button panel. In this control we have two commands, the save command and the cancel command. These commands are also defined in the view model. So let's move to the view model to get better understanding of this flow. So we have to open the view model of maintain state. Here you can see that the view model has been inherited from maintain view model base. And here you can see the current object, and the type of current object is T, which is passed from the maintain state view model. And you can see this is the sys state. So sys state is having the properties like country ID, state code, description, which are binded with the view. So as the information will be operated in the view, that will be reflected in this object, current object, and this in the same way whenever the information has been modified in the view model, that will be reflected in the view. Other than this, we have fill countries command, which has been fired as the focus will be on the country combo box. So here you can see the get all countries method has been defined, which will call the region service, the proxy class for region service, and the get all countries method has been called. So this proxy layer will then call the actual service, and which will then call the region manager, that is the business logic layer class, and which will then call the data access layer to get the data from the database. So this information will be received by the view models, and then the countries property has been populated, which will then reflect the changes in the view. Means the combo box for countries will be populated. Other than this is the flow to get the information from the database, and then we have the commands like save command. This command will be used like we are displaying data in the view of a state, and then the description of the state has been changed, then the user will click on the save button. So this command will fire. This command will be used to save the data in the database. So here you can see its implementation in the view model. Maintain view model base. There will be a command, save command, which will call the save update method. And here on the basis of a flag, we are calling the insert and update method. And whenever here you can see we are using a thread, custom thread. So whenever there is a call to the service layer, we are making that call in a different thread so that the UI will remain responsive. And here you can see we have called the save changes method, and we have passed the insert enum so that it can be identified that this call is for adding a new record or for modifying the existing record. We have defined the save changes as abstract method in maintain view model base, and its definition will be in the maintain state view model. So in the same way as we have pulled the information from the database, we are creating the object of a proxy class of region service, and then on the basis of enum we are calling the add state method or update state method, and accordingly this will call the actual service layer and then the business logic layer and data access layer. In this way the information will be updated or saved in the database. So this is the flow of updating information in the database in this architecture. Thank you.